The Honor 10 was this year's flagship, which was supposed to go head to head with the OnePlus 6, and now we have the Honor 9N, which is supposed to be the company's budget segment offering. The Honor 9N comes with a modest specification set, the promise of the GPU turbo, and a rather neat build and design. However, the question remains, is the Honor 9N worth the money? Let's find out. Hey guys, it's Neeraj from Tech Unbox and welcome to the review of Honor 9N. Let's start with the build and the design. The Honor 9N is made up of the 12-layered glass, which follows a very similar design language to the Honor 10. I have the sapphire blue version, although Honor also has the midnight black, lavender purple and oddly named robin egg blue. Unlike the Honor 10, which has a very seamless blend of the back with the metal frame, the Honor 9N feels like three distinct layers, the glass back and the glass front held together by the metal frame. The glass back feels more like a polycarbonate, and the only thing wrong with it is that you might think the phone is sturdier than it actually is. The included case in the box is a welcome addition. Honestly, the use of the glass on the smartphone which don't have wireless charging makes very little sense, since it makes the phone more prone to the damage. The fingerprint sensor sits on the back of the device instead of being on the front chin. The front of the phone has a 19:9 display and there is not much else going on here in terms of the design. The side frame has the rounded edges and the volume rocker and the power button on the one side and the SIM tray to the other side. The headphone jack, speaker grill and the micro USB charging port are all at the bottom. Overall, it is nice to see Honor take design cues from the Honor 10 and brings them to the cheaper smartphones. The phone feels very light to hold, the glass back feels more like polycarbonate, but it is extremely glossy and hence prone to the fingerprints. Overall, the Honor 9N is a well-built device for its price. The Honor 9N comes with a Full HD Plus 19:9 display. The 2280 by 1080 pixels are fit into a 5.8-inch display, giving it an effective pixel density of roughly 432 pixels per inches, which is sufficiently high numbers by most standards. The smartphone has an IPS LCD display, which means excellent color reproduction and very immersive viewing angles. The notch is supposed to offer more real estate but still remains a hotly debated design choice, as it seems to take away just as much as it offers. The phone is not bezel-less, as it has some bezels on the sides and a notable chin at the bottom used for branding. In my use, I found the Honor 9N display to be rather impressive. The full HD resolution obviously makes things look good in outdoor. The display retains its saturation, but the reflective display does make it difficult to watch movies outside. Although you should be able to browse the web and respond to the text without much trouble. At night time, while reading a book on this phone, it was nice to able to turn the brightness down to 1 nit, a very comfortable level of illumination for reading in pitch darkness. While there is a blue light filter, the display setting also gives user the ability to tune the color tint manually, alongside a standard warm or cool display settings. Overall, the display of the Honor 9N is extremely functional with good saturation level right out of the box. The ability to tune the white balance of the display is nice, but a lack of saturation control could be bothersome. While the Honor 9N display is well balanced, those who like their display saturation to be higher than normal would not be pleased with the lack of an ability to fine-tune this aspect of the display. The whole point of the new 19:9 aspect ratio is to able to offer bezel-less display. However, the Honor 9N keeps the bezel no matter how narrow they may be. The Honor 9N is powered by the Kirin 695 chipset, and the unit that I have here comes with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. The day-to-day performance of this phone manages to do fairly well. Between the 15 plus tabs in the Google Chrome, Play Store, Gmail navigation and the handful of messaging apps, the Honor 9N manages to deliver a decent experience. When there is a game left running in the background, the phone tends to stutter a little while switching windows, but a quick clearing of the background apps fixes that. For those who want to buy this phone for casual multimedia consumption, day-to-day social media use and messaging, the Honor 9N will not disappoint you. While playing PUBG on this phone, the load times were noticeably slow and the textures were not as visually appealing, but the gameplay was pretty smooth. The Honor 9N comes with the dual cameras on the back with a 13+2 megapixel configuration. The second camera is a depth sensing unit with an aperture of f0.95 to aid in portrait mode shots. For using this camera in the daytime, there is a little to complain. The colors are rich, the focusing is surprisingly very quick, and there is no shutter lag. There is however a fraction of the second gap before you can take the second photo. The colors and the contrast are very good and the dynamic range is fairly okay. But don't expect wonders. The highlights blow out quickly when shooting in harsh lighting, I ended up testing the camera while it was mostly cloudy with occasionally sun, so the samples I ended up getting are on the nicer side. There is no OIS, however the EIS does manage to help a little in getting the perfect shot. The one fault with the Honor 9N camera would be the aggressive JPG compression algorithm, which saves space while sacrificing detail. It is difficult to get a texture-rich image due to the way the camera processes the image. However, this is a consistent problem with the most smartphones. Even most of the high-end ones have this problem. In low light, the camera does rather poorly. The ISO tops out at ISO 2500 and the f2.2 aperture on the secondary lens makes the camera hit its limit very quickly. The sensor on the Honor 9N is just not be able to keep up with the low light situations. Now let's move over to the 16 megapixel front facing camera. In good lighting and in portrait mode, the Honor 9N produces photos that I wouldn't actually mind using as my profile photo. They are fairly impressive with the same kind of contrast and the color reproduction as seen on the primary camera. The low light performance of the camera, however, is not that good. Selfies quickly develop noise. Overall, the Honor 9N offers decent daytime camera performance, but as a low light shooter does disappoint you. Coming to the battery life, the Honor 9N comes packing a 3000 mAh battery and a standard 10 watt 5 volt 2 ampere charger. In my day-to-day usage, I am just barely squeezing out a day's use. I take the phone off the charge at 9 am and have to plug it back in by 11 pm. My usage involves listening to the music around 2.5 hours, watching some episodes of my favorite show on Amazon Prime, and some social networking. I have got better battery life from phones with a similar battery capacity, so I was a little let down. Plus, the lack of the fast charging does pinch a little, as this phone takes about 110 minutes to go from 0 to 100% charge. I do tend to leave both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on at all the times, so you may be able to get a whole day without any problem. In the end, the Honor 9N brings the Honor 10's elegant design to a sub 15k price point. The build feels nice and light. While the back is made of the glass, it feels more like clear plastic. The phone uses an older Kirin 659 chipset that just barely managed to deliver decent performance. Honor would have to work hard at ensuring that every system update rolled out from here on is focused on performance optimization. For the asking price of 13,999 rupees, the phone does offer good value when considering the Full HD LCD display and the camera. Okay guys, that's all for this video. If you like it, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.